Good morning, evening, afternoon, night, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another adventure with Sergeant Bezek as we continue our expeditions in Rome. Last time we completed the siege, the final siege in order to take over and conquer Asia Minor. It was a, almost three-parter in order to get all that done, and they were long episodes. I apologize for how long those were. I'll try to make this one a little bit shorter because of how long those last ones were, and also the fact that I've been doing these back to back to back, the recordings of them. If you hear something in the background, the room I'm in starts to warm up the longer I'm in it, so usually I don't stay in for hours upon hours, so I've turned on a small fan to try to help things going. Alright, now let's see what is to happen now. The main guy got away.
My other tribuni were on the verge of mutiny when they learned I was giving Legio Victrix to you. It's a good thing indeed that you vindicated my decision so thoroughly. Together, we have defeated one of Rome's greatest foes, a feat even Cornelius Sulla did not manage. With this victory, the Republic is once again whole.
Ooh, bold words.
Yours has been quite the meteoric rise to military fame, that's for sure. The Consul has an impressive eye for talent.
Oh. The key to my success has been the talent and courage of my people.
The Legatus is being modest. He has a natural leader's sense of how to make the most of the people and resources at his disposal.
I will serve Rome again if the necessity arises.
It's a great shame that Mithridates escaped our grasp.
His defeat was so resounding, it is unlikely we will hear from him again. You should be grateful we got you out of trouble, Marcus.
We shall discuss that later.
On the other side of the coin, we can prove that Vitellius Scaevola was working with the enemy. Justice for your father is finally within our grasp.
Who will govern Asia Minor now?
I will resume my position as propraetor of the province.
Okay. Really?
I knew Zenobia's late husband, Maro, quite well. We were on good terms, and I expect this relationship to carry on with his wife.
Oh my.
It was good of you to bring Maro's murderer to justice. I am certain Zenobia and I will quickly restore the prosperity to our fair province.
What will happen with Thracia?
Word is that a growing army of freed Serwi are rampaging across the countryside, menacing the citizens of that region.
Whoops.
Apparently, the Praetor Marcus Licinius Crassus has offered to raise and equip an army to deal with the problem.
Will I remain in command of Victrix after the war?
Sadly not. The Legion must be disbanded before we cross the river Rubicon. We will talk more when we reach its banks.
Of course, the Legionari have profited well from this campaign.
Yes.
If you should ever need to muster a legion again, some of them would surely join up.
Ooh. Let us send word to Rome of our imminent return.
It will be good to return to civilization after these long months abroad.
It has been a great honor to serve under you all.
You have served with distinction, Orestes. I regret that I could not see the war through as your commander.
Come, let us return to our camp and begin to organize our journey back. We will have plenty of time to talk on the way.
Yes, we will. Alright. Achievement, Pax Romana. Oh, but there's still going to be a few other expeditions we will have to do. Rubicon Crossing, outer boundary of Rome. I'm not gonna skip. That seems about right.
And here we are. It warms your heart, doesn't it?
Yes.
No matter what manner of wonders you witness. There's nothing like home.
Nothing rivals the beauty of Rome indeed. It is good to be back.
It is what separates us from the barbarians. We are warriors, and we fight to preserve our home. We fight so others won't have to.
Are the Bavarians fighting for something else?
You will know if you ever have a chance to see how they live. Ready to cut each other's throats for a fraction of a denarius.
Ooh.
All right, victorious commander. Announce your arrival to the Quaesta, and allow us to disband now.
Okay. Alright. I want to talk with my people first.
I have wanted to come to Rome for so long. I am almost nervous now.
It is a splendid sight. I'm sure you'll love it. There's no place like Rome in the whole world.
That is what everyone says. Now I get to see it for myself. I'll let you know if I agree. You are happy to be home?
Let's see here. I'm happy I'll see my family again. They are what makes this city my home.
They will be quite happy to see you again, I bet. I have no place to stay, of course. I can stay in your home, maybe. Just for now.
Let's see here. Of course you can. My family villa is in need of dependable security.
Security? I have been better at starting trouble than preventing it. But I will do what I can.
Are you planning to stay in Rome in the long term?
We will see. Maybe I will hate it. Then I will have to go and find someplace else to be. But if I am to be your villa guard, then I will have to stay, right?
You might draw a lot of attention in Rome.
You think it will be bad? Maybe you can help me buy nice Roman stola. Then I will fit in, right?
Let's see here. I'm sure we can make you fit in with a little work.
We will go shopping. It will be fun.
Oh no! Rome loves gladiators. You could make a good living in the arena.
Why would I want to keep fighting when I don't have to? Fighting is a necessity of life. It is not sport.
I like the way you think.
I did not come to Rome to keep fighting.
Let's talk later.
Hey.
Lita. You look a bit weird.
Oh, thanks. Just what every girl hopes to hear. I don't want to return. I don't even know where to go. This is the first time I'm back home.
You're always welcome to stay with me in our villa if you need a place.
I appreciate that, but I'd better not. I don't want to depend on someone else. I've seen how badly that can turn out. But I appreciate the offer, really.
Will you have to pretend to be a man again while you're in Rome?
Worse. I'm going to pretend to be a prim and proper noblewoman.
Oh no. Aren't you glad to be back?
Not really. I like it better out there.
Let's see here. Makeshift bathing facilities into... I get it. You're shy.
Did you come up with this incisive analysis all by yourself?
I'm just trying to help. Why are you shutting me out like this?
Maybe I don't want to be helped. My life's in this shitty place because of all the people who were trying to help me.
I always have trouble with her. How did you like Asia?
Good weather, nice food. What's not to like? And you've got what you wanted too.
I think you're right. I'm sure I'll get my home back.
I wouldn't count on anything. Those Vitellius bastards are slippery. Expect the unexpected.
Oh, crap. She's probably right. She is probably right. Bestia,
What is it, Legate?
you seem discontent.
It is inaction that bothers me. Idleness corrodes the warrior's mind.
You used to be a gladiator, right? Perhaps you could visit the arena and find someone to fight.
That is an excellent idea. No wonder you are the legatus.
So what will you do now? Is there someone waiting for you?
There was, but not in Rome. I had a sister once, although sometimes I question my own sanity. Did she truly exist, or did I merely dream of her?
Aristocles teaches us that one may never truly know. We live chained inside a cave, staring at the shadows on a wall.
So
None
true.
can chain Bestia Tabat anymore. I will find out where my sister is.
How did you come to be separated?
We were both sold as children. She fetched a higher price than I, for she was better in every way than I was.
Oh, man.
I do not know what became of her.
Perhaps we can find her together after my work at the Senate is done.
I shall consider your offer.
We shall help you find your sister, Bestia. Failing that, we shall prove her existence or the lack thereof.
What did you think about the campaign?
You are a capable commander. Mercy is your weakness. Your enemies exist as long as they survive.
In some situations, you need an enemy alive to achieve a greater victory.
Can't think of any situation like you mentioned.
Take care of yourself, Bestia. Okay. Come on, don't slow down now. Come on, what's going on? There we go.
Welcome home, Domine.
Are you happy to be back?
More than happy. Although it was nice to be back in my homeland once again, I find it quite impossible to not miss Rome. All I need now is a change of clothes and a day trip to the library.
There's no time to relax yet. We'll have to deal with the Senate first.
Of course. I shall try to keep up with you, as always.
What's the first thing you want to do?
To see your mother. I'm sure she's anxious to know we've arrived.
That is a good idea indeed. Do it discreetly, though, and let me know if Mother is doing well.
I shall be cautious like a lizard. None shall be aware of my presence.
All in all, this campaign went well, I'd say.
It appears we have everything we need against Vitellius Scaevola. But keep in mind, appearances can be deceiving.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
I know you will.
See you later, Cineros.
Legate,
Are you feeling well?
I always get this weird feeling when I'm back. Like I've left something of mine behind out there.
I don't know about you, but what I need right now is a warm bath.
Now there's a thought. That masseuse from Lutetia. I wonder if she's still around. Brilliant idea, Legate.
So this is it then? What will you do now?
You know what? For once, I'll do nothing. Nothing at all. And it will be glorious.
You have earned the right to rest. I, for one, am eager to get to the next challenge.
You are in too much of a hurry. Don't let life pass you by. We have both earned the right to have some fun.
We did all right back in the East, huh?
Couldn't be better. We have conquered Asia, and you have all the evidence you need to put that traitorous Vitellius Scaevola behind bars.
Hopefully. I'll see you later. Okay. Oh, now you decide to respond quickly? Wait, was there... Nope, that was just a trick of the light. See, it just makes everything shine so bright.
Arwe Lucullus and his victorious legion, welcome home.
Salve, Vitus. It is good to be home again. I'm looking forward to a nice bath and a flask of good Carthaginian wine. Maybe two.
Maybe.
May I humbly recommend Vipsanius Marcellus' new batch? People say it's heavenly.
Ah, your recommendations never fail to impress. Do address the legatus, though. This victory was of his doing more than mine.
My apologies, Legate. I neither know nor recognize you.
Let's see. Apology accepted. Bizak, see to it that you recognize me from now on.
Thank you. I am sure you'll be remembered from now on. Now, let us conclude our business. The Consul seems to attribute the success of this campaign to you, Legate. Thus it is your duty to formally disband the Legion and relinquish your weapons. beyond this river lies the Pomerium, and not even a victorious Imperator can cross it bearing arms.
I do understand. We will, of course, obey the rules.
Our laws are what separates us from animals.
Yes.
You have given up your command, but you have retained your virtue. You can always get your command back when Rome needs you again.
You've taught me much, Patrone. I owe you everything.
Ah, you overstate my influence. It is easy to make a sharp sword out of good steel. The River Rubicon marks the sacred line where you stop being a warrior. It is time you learn how you may conquer a more civilized battleground. We shall meet at my villa in 2 nights. There are people I want you to meet prior to the Senate hearing. We must get your villa back somehow. Do not worry about your favorite gladius. Your war gear will be kept safely in my summer villa outside the city.
Thank you.
I hope you are hungry, Domine. Lucullus is known for his lavish feasts. Do not eat anything until I've tasted it first. I wouldn't put it past the Vitellius brothers to poison this entire party just to get you and Lucullus.
What are we doing here? Shouldn't we prepare ourselves for the Senate hearing?
I am sure Dominus Lucullus has a reason and a plan. I would play along.
Okay.
My personal mission tonight is to taste each and every single dish. You may have to roll me home.
Scenarios, I love your thinking for this night. Who's in attendance tonight?
I see that Tullius Cicero and Porcius Cato are both here tonight. They are highly esteemed senators of the Optimatus faction.
The famous, advocate, Cicero?
The very same. He is an orator of unmatched skill. He was trained in Greece, you know.
I wish I had some kind of weapon on me.
To what end? A blade would not help against poison.
Yes, but I just spent a long time with blades on my side defending me. That would make me feel a little better. Well, so anyway, alright, I'm going in. Wish me luck.
May Fortuna smile on you, Domine. I'll be here if you need me.
Right on time. Just like a proper legatus. Welcome, son. After this long and arduous campaign, a feast is all you need.
I'd rather get my villa back and have a feast there.
All in due time. All in due time. Now, divert your attention to our guests. This is more important than you think.
Shouldn't we be preparing for the Senate?
We should, and we are. This is our preparation. The guests in this party were not randomly chosen.
Ooh.
Our success largely depends on your conduct tonight.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I don't know if this will do well.
Well, you know Marcus Minucius Thermus.
Mm-hmm.
He's still thankful for your timely assistance and the saving of his life. You probably remember Marcus Aurelius Cotta as well. He seems to have brought his siblings, Lucius and Aurelia Cotta. The gentleman in the corner is Marcus Tullius Cicero. Making his acquaintance should prove to be very useful for you. I plan for him to become your advocate tomorrow.
Okay.
Last but not least, I've also invited Marcus Porcius Cato, who may or may not represent you as well.
Okay.
You see why it was important for you to be here.
Yes. Anything specific I should do?
I think not. Just be your charming self and try to win them over.
Okay.
And please relax. You have defeated an army of rebel pirates. This is a simple dinner party.
At least I could stab the pirates to death.
Please try to refrain from stabbing my guests.
I will go and mingle.
Be sure to join us at the table before you leave. I'd like to introduce you to Cato myself. And smile. And do not walk like you have just swallowed a measuring pole.
Okay, it was not a measuring pole, it was 2 measuring poles. Alright, Thermus.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Have some wine.
You look well, Thermus. Have you recovered yet?
My leg still hurts every now and then, and all this rain isn't helping. That is nothing compared to what could have been. You have my eternal gratitude.
It was the least I could do to save a commanding officer. There is still a lot I could learn from you.
Much appreciated. But I am eager to return to my propraetorship in Asia. With any luck, Rome will never have need of me again.
Do you know all these people?
Only those who matter. Be careful around Cotta.
Cotta.
He's still reeling somewhat from the damage that was done to his pride.
His pride? We saved his life.
To a man like Cotta, an honorable death would have been preferable to a humiliating near miss.
Okay. Do you have any opinions on my impending Senate hearing?
It is pretty much out of my hands. I'd follow your Patronus's lead. Lucullus is a smart man who usually has a few backup plans.
Okay.
I understand you have all the evidence you need to expose Vitellius Scaevola. It's a strong position. Nevertheless, I would advise caution. Vitellius Scaevola, and especially his brother Lurco, are ruthless and cunning. Expect the unexpected.
I'll leave you to your wine. Okay, so now we know, be a little cautious with Cotta.
That young man there. I think that's him.
Really? He looks barely old enough to wipe his own arse, let alone command a legion.
If Lucullus says he won the war, then I have no choice but to believe it.
Of course.
Is Pompeius Magnus not coming tonight?
And it just froze. Come on, don't.
Of course. The savior of the legions, Lucullus Wonder Kid. I knew you would be here.
So, I can leave if this is a private conversation.
Nonsense. It's a party after all. What would be the purpose of these gatherings if we refrained from conversation? I am Aurelia Cotta. Marcus and Lucius are my brothers. It's wonderful to meet you, Legate. We were just talking about you anyway.
Oh boy.
Of course we were.
You were speaking of me in good terms, I hope.
We were discussing how you saved my brother's life and became the hero of the Asia campaign.
Let's see. Everyone knows the value of a great leader like Cotta. It would have been a crime not to save him.
Yet my son Gaius was not valuable enough to be saved.
You are Gaius' mother? Though I knew him only briefly, I considered him a friend. His death pains me, but there was nothing I could do.
I apologize, Legate. They told me you had become close, despite how briefly you knew each other.
I brought this home after your son died. It's the blade of his sword.
Oh, it's broken. This sword was my father's. It was called Croquet Morse. You were friends with him, weren't you? However briefly. Why don't you keep it? I think I still have the old schematics for it. I'll have a servant bring them to your villa tomorrow.
Oh man, not only do I get the sword, but I also am able to make it, upgrade it, all the good stuff. Seem confrontational, Marcus. Did I do something to draw your ire?
Other than saving his life?
Lucius!
Oh, please, let him talk, Aurelia. Let everyone witness the failure of Marcus Aurelius Cotta. The man who got himself captured and let his nephew die. The consul who had to be saved by a homeless grunt.
Let's see. Speak frankly, I think none of this is your fault. Saving your life was an honor.
Rest assured, my brother is thankful for that, Legate.
So how about the weather these days? A bit bleak, isn't it?
Really? Are you so eager to display your shallowness?
I was merely trying to steer the conversation in a more jovial direction.
It's been rather rainy recently, true. At least the rain drives the mosquitoes away.
Not all of them, it seems.
I think I'd better leave. So, I mean, that was a decent conversation. I got the sword part and schematics. Okay. Circio.
Salve, I've heard a lot about you. I am Marcus Tullius Cicero.
Cicero. Alright, I've heard a little about you as well.
Is that so? Few people beyond the political circles would know of me. My reputation depends largely on who's talking.
A man's actions are absolute. It doesn't matter what others say about them.
Yet, our reputations are built on how others speak of our actions, not on the actions themselves.
So what do you do, Cicero?
I'm an advocate. I defend those whom others seek to incriminate. But I'm sure a career soldier such as you would find the topic rather boring.
Oh. Let's see here. Not all. I'm fascinated by legal matters.
Indeed. I suppose that makes sense, especially considering the predicament you're in.
Are these all friends, Lucullus?
That depends what you mean by friend. Your Patronus, Lucullus, is a consul. Many people would claim to be his friend. There's a difference between knowing someone and merely knowing someone's name, though. Are we friends?
I would like to be.
Our republic is in great turmoil. We should all aim to gather around us as many friends as possible.
Val.
That is absolutely unnecessary. I'd spend it all on farmlands. People need their food.
Indeed they do. But what good is food if it's obtained by illegitimate means? What do you think about it, Legate?
I seem to have walked into an ambush. Clearly my scouts have failed me.
Fortunately, I know you are good at handling ambushes.
Spoils of war, unaccounted for and untaxed. Should they be used for development to feed the people of Rome? A simple question.
Depends on the situation. If the people are starving, sure, but we should also punish the person who committed a crime.
A fairly strong answer, I'd say. No matter how much you try to legislate, the situation at hand will defy your expectations.
Yes.
Meet Senators Marcus Porcius Carta and Marcus Tullius Cicero, who will be acting as your attorney tomorrow. At least I hope so.
Unfortunately, things have developed differently, my friend. I've decided to represent Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola instead.
What? Why?
I generally avoid prosecuting. One does not make friends that way.
Certainly an interesting turn of events. But I've heard you talking disfavorably about the Vitellius brothers before. How do you justify defending them?
Ooh.
What I justify hardly matters. I seek to represent them to the best of my ability, so justice can be served.
If that is what the system requires, I guess it makes sense.
Precisely. The rules exist for a reason. One must understand the reasons to challenge them.
Rules should never invalidate the reasons for their existence. Morality is beyond law. Legate, what guidelines did you follow when you had to decide the fate of that Triarchus? Why did you let him live?
There was no evidence to prove his guilt. I will not take a man's life on a mere suspicion.
Our feelings often point towards the moral path. I wonder, exactly how utilitarian are you in your thinking? I heard you had the opportunity to bribe a hired guard protecting a spy.
Stop interrogating the man, Cato. Not everyone must adhere to your high standards.
It's alright, Curcio. I did have that option.
Yet you did not take it.
Loyalty bought with denarii is worthless.
A point well taken.
Depends on the denarii, I suppose. Well, gentlemen, this discussion has become too hypothetical for my tastes.
Okay.
I bid you a good day.
Wale, Kikoro. See you tomorrow.
One final question before I retire as well.
Okay.
You and your questions, Kato.
I believe if you wanted, you could enter the Pomerium fully armed. Why didn't you?
That rule is as old as Rome itself. Disobeying it would be a disrespect to our society.
Indeed. In betraying Rome, you would betray yourself. This has been an interesting conversation, gentlemen.
Ooh.
I thank you for it. But now, with your permission, I shall leave. Welate.
This is very interesting conversation.
Wale, Kato.
Snaros when you're ready to leave the feast. Okay, I think that's it. That was a very good conversation. I enjoyed that it went in and it took cues from decisions I had made in the campaign. Alright, really, Snaros? Snaros?
You look tired. Shall we leave?
Indeed, I am exhausted. Let us leave.
So, did you enjoy yourself?
That's one word for it. I have mixed feelings.
That is what life is.
Okay. Do I just go to the door? Or is it automatically going
I'm
to happen?
surprised Crassus offered to pay for the whole campaign himself.
He's desperate for a military victory to get himself...
Whoa. Okay, this is new. Alright. Famous.
Elected consul.
But fending off a mob of...
Okay. Kind of wish I would have heard the last bit of that conversation. It might have been a hint as to what's to come next.
As per today's augury, a specific issue stood out as being of utmost importance. I bring forth the following relatio, the result of which is to be decided per discussionem, and as usual before the sun sets.
Let's see here. I'll just remain silent for now. Bring forth the following relatio result.
The complaint is brought forth by Lucius Licinius Lucullus concerning alleged wrongdoing and infamous conduct by Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola and his brother Vibius Vitellius Lurco. Are both parties present?
Hopefully.
I am present.
As am I.
Weird that Vitellius Lurco would be here to do the talking. Where is Scaevola? He is the accused.
Are both parties represented?
I shall represent the defendant.
Oh man. I think our advocate's a bit late.
There's no one coming. You will have to present our case.
This hearing will conclude at sunset. I'm afraid we have no time to wait for your imaginary advocate.
You could have told me that ahead of time. I thought he would have shown up.
Do go ahead with the restatement of your accusation.
Let's see here. We discovered that defendant has been funding and protecting piracy in the Mediterranean, thereby supporting Rome's enemies.
Found out. So you do have evidence. Interesting. Do you accept the accusation, Kikaro?
I see no reason to comment at this stage. May I humbly remind the Magistra, he who makes the claim has the burden of proof. We shall rest until sufficient proof is presented to eliminate all shadow of a doubt.
Huh.
I was just trying to be helpful. The defendant is always at a disadvantage.
I'm sure you mean usually and not always.
As you wish. Present your evidence.
The crates meant to supply the enemy had Scavelia's seal on them.
Preposterous. Do you think my client would be foolish enough to commit a crime and put his signature on the evidence?
The evidence is material, Kikero. There is no room for interpretation. The crates do carry Scaevola's signature.
I have investigated them myself. I concur. Is there anyone who would contest my findings?
I admit, the evidence looks damning.
So, do the defendants admit their guilt? Are the Witelli guilty of all crimes stated or implied?
Of course not. For starters, the evidence proves only treason.
Only?
What?
What else is needed to declare this man infamous?
Do not interrupt the speaker.
No harm done. My dear friend Kato is correct. The evidence is enough to declare one infamous. That one is Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola. Nowhere in any findings can you conjure the ability to implicate my client, Webius Vitellius Lurko.
Treason is a serious crime. Scaevola should receive the highest possible punishment.
That, of course, depends on the nature of the treason. But that's largely irrelevant.
That is literally the topic of our discussion, Kiko. How in the world can you say it's irrelevant?
There simply is no case. Vitellius Scaevola cannot be punished.
What?
Your rhetorical games grow tiresome. You have admitted the evidence is rock solid.
This should be interesting.
Why can't Scaevola be punished?
Simply because the man is dead.
What?
Therefore, he cannot be accused. Therefore, the case is null and void.
What?
Senators, people of Rome, of course the evidence is clear.
Oh.
I accept my brother's guilt. It is a stain on our family name. A stain we will quite possibly never be able to cleanse. You know I love my family. I love my brother more than anything else in this world.
Oh, that was genius.
Almost anything. The only thing I love more than my own brother is Rome itself. And thus, with sorrow in my heart, I was forced to take his life.
What?
Oh, I see.
Who boasts of fratricide before the whole Senate?
It is not a boast. It is my solemn duty to deliver the news.
No, the way you
I
did
am
was
a
a
man
boast.
with the highest of morals. Someone who places the well-being of Rome over his own flesh and blood. Step outside, senators. You will witness my brother hanging from the old tree. Let him rot there. And do not take him down. Let it be a warning to all those who would threaten Rome, placing their petty family matters over the well-being of our great republic. Let it be known that Webius Vitellius Lurko will never tolerate treason, not even from his own blood.
A decision cannot be reached. This case is non-existent.
Ugh. What about my family?
You'll be fine. For now. The clerk should give you an official deed for your villa.
That was
Now
pretty...
that Lurko has killed his own brother, it officially belongs to you.
Sheesh.
This is not good, though. He turned impending defeat into a major victory. We will need a new plan. Go home and lay low for now. Your family needs you.
Okay, ladies and gents, this episode was an episode of Talkie. Not much action, but this was... Oh, man. Was not expecting how this episode, or how that went. I figured there'd be some twists and turns with the Senate hearing and everything. But that was brilliant. It makes you wonder. The man who was to be our advocate, but then decided to advocate for the other man, what was he given? What made him switch to the other side? Only time will tell. So, Till next time, if you like this content, make sure to leave a like, a rumble, a fiery thing, a something yourself and others know that this content is enjoyed. Make sure to leave comments in the comments section below of the good, the bad, the ugly. I can take the criticism, and if you want to stay up to date on all the expeditions roams and find out what are we going to do about the last brother who's still alive, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Till next time, stay safe.